Hi everybody, today I will show you how to add store policies and legal pages on Shopify. So let's just begin. Okay, so first of all we will learn to create the store policies. So how can we create the store policies? We'll simply go into the settings, and in the settings we will go into the policies. As you can see here, that is below the languages, and from here we will add the store policies. Okay, so as you can see here, we have this return and the refund policy, we have this privacy policy, we have the terms of the service, we have the shipping policy, and in the last we have the contact information. Okay, so let's start with the return and the refund policy. If you want to enable the return rules, you can simply enable it from here. So let's click on the turn on. This actually enable the return rules. Alright, so now we will start with the return and the refund policy. So if we wanted to write down the custom return policy for our customers, we can simply write it down from here. But if you don't have any idea how can you write down the return and the refund policy, you can simply use the template that the Shopify is providing. Okay, so now let's click on the replace refund policy, and we can use this template as a starting point and start customizing this template for our return and the refund policy for our shop. Okay, so let's just see what do we have in this template. In the first line we actually have the 30-day return policy, and after that in the next paragraph we have this eligibility for the return. Here you can see here eligibility for the return is that the item must be in the same condition that you received, unworn, unused, with tags, and in its original packaging. And after that we have the contact email to return a product, and we can also write down our own address here. And if the return is accepted, we will simply send a return shipping label. And in the last we also have the email for any return question, and here we again have the email for the contact. Okay, so we have the damages and the issues, we have the exceptions, non-returnable items and exchanges, and we have the European Union 14-day cooling off period, and in the end we have the refunds. So in the exchange, the fastest way to ensure that you get what you want is to return the item you have. Once the return is accepted, make a separate purchase for the new item. And what do we have in the European Union 14 days cooling off period? That notwithstanding the above, if the merchandise is being shipped into the European Union, you have the right to cancel or return your order within the 14 days for any reason without justification. And for the exceptions and non-returnable items, there are the certain type of the items that cannot be returned, okay, such as the food, flowers, plants, custom products such as a special order, or the personalized items and personal care goods. Alright, so we can customize this template if we wanted to. So now we simply go into the privacy policy. So in the privacy policy, in the same way you can write your own policy if you want to write, but if you don't have the idea that how can you write it down, you'll simply use the template here, and then you can modify your template as per your need. Okay, so in the privacy policy we have the note to the merchant, and after that we have the privacy policy that will describe it how the site, we or us or our store, will collect, use and disclose your personal data when you visit and use our service or make a purchase from our store. And from here we can make the changes to our privacy policy, and here we have how we collect and use the personal data. So to provide the services, we collect and have collected over the past 12 months personal data about you from the variety of the sources. So the information that we collect and the use varies depending on how you interact with us. Okay, so what personal information we collect? So in the personal information that we collect actually depends on how you interact with our website and uses our service. When we use the term personal information, we are simply referring to the information that identifies, relate to and describe or can be associated with you. And the information that we collect directly from you, that is actually the basic contact details, the order information, account information, shipping information and the customer support information. So what do we collect through the cookies? So we automatically collect the certain information about your interaction with the service, usage data through the cookies. So we also obtain the information from the third parties, and in the last we have how we use your personal information. So personal information is actually used in providing the products and the services, marketing and advertising, security and the fraud prevention, and in the last we have the communication. So if you want to explore this whole privacy policy, you can simply do it from here if you wanted to. Okay, so right now I'll just keep it like this, and now we'll simply go into the terms of the services. So we'll simply use the template like before. Click here, and in the terms of the services, we actually have the overview. We have the section 1, that is the online store terms. We have the general conditions. We have the accuracy, completeness, and the timeliness of the information in the third section. And in the fourth section, we have the modification to the services and the prices. And after that, we have the products of the services, and then we have the accuracy of the billing and information, and the optional tools, third parties link, user comment, feedback, and the other submissions, personal information, errors in the inaccuracy and omissions, and prohibited uses, and disclaimer of the warranties, limitation of the liabilities. So you can explore these sections by yourself. And after that, we have the shipping policy. So as you can see that the Shopify has not provided the template for the shipping policy, because it actually varies. But if you want to get the shipping policy, you can simply go into the Shopify, and in the Shopify you simply go in the blog, as you can see here, and in the blog we have the shipping policy. So in the shipping policy, you will be able to get the template here of the shipping policy. As you can see that we have this template, so I'll just simply copy this and we can use this template. Obviously we need to modify this as per our need, so let's go back to our policies and paste the text here of the shipping policy, and this is how you can use this shipping policy here. And in the last, we have the contact information. So the contact information is required if we are selling into the European Union. So let's replace this with a template, and this would actually have our information, our contact information. Okay, so this is how we can add the policies. So let's save the details here. Okay, so now let's just close this, and we will learn to add our policies into the footer. So how can we add the policies into the footer? So we'll simply go into the navigation, and in the navigation we have this footer menu. So I'll simply click this, and from here I will simply click on add menu item, and here I will simply write down the name here. So it would be the policy 1. Okay, so from here I can actually add the policies. So in the policies, I have the contact information, I have the privacy policy, I have the refund policy, shipping policy, and the terms of the services. So let's just add all of these policies one by one. So I will add the contact information, add this, and click on the add menu item, policy 2, and go into the policies. And now we will add the privacy policy, add this, and add new item, policy 3, go into the policies, and it will be the refund policy, add new, and policy 4, policies, shipping policy, and in the last we have the policy 5, and that would be the terms of services. Okay, so let's just add this. So as you can see here, we have added all the policies in our footer menu. So I'll simply go back into the themes, and from here I will simply click on the preview here, and we will be able to see the footer menu that we have added. So as you can see that we have all the policies that we have added in our footer menu, but the thing is I have to rename these policies. Okay, so I'll simply go back here and go into the navigation, and in the footer menu, and from here I will simply rename our policy here to show. Okay, so the contact information would be the contact information. Alright, so let's save this, and in the similar way this would be the privacy policy. Okay, so I have renamed all the policies here. So now I'll simply go back to the themes, and from here I'll simply click on the view store, and you will be able to see all the policies here with the correct name. So we have the contact information, we have the privacy policy, refund, and the shipping. So in the end we have the terms of the service. So if I just click on the privacy policy here, you will be directed to the privacy policy. So how can we add the policies into the menu here, into the navigation menu? So I'll simply go back and go back into the navigation, and from here I'll simply click on the main menu here, and in the similar way you can add the new menu item. So I just want to add the shipping policy here, shipping policy. So click on the policies and add the shipping policy, and add this from here, save the menu, So we have added the shipping policy. So now simply go back to the themes and click on the preview here again, and you will be able to see the shipping policy on the main menu. Okay, so this is how we can add the policy in the main menu or the navigation menu. So in the last, if I wanted to add the legal page, so I will simply go into the pages, and from here I can simply add any legal page here. So how can we add the page? We will simply click on the add page, and from here I can give the title of our page. So it can be any kind of the legal page, and here you can add the content of your legal page. Okay, so let's just write down legal content. Alright, so let's just save this and click on the view page, and you will be able to see the legal page here. Okay, so this is how you can add the legal page. So in this video, we learned to add the policies and the legal page in our Shopify store. And if you really find this video useful, hit the like button and subscribe the channel.